Hi everyone. I'm just sitting here in my living room thinking, you know, I'm not one that gets into politics. I don't sit and say who I'm going to vote for, who I'm not going to vote for. I don't get in on all that debate because I know it brings out some not so nice discussions sometimes. I prefer to just distance myself from it. But I've been sitting back and I've been watching. And allow me to say this, anybody that knows me knows there's not a racist bone in my body. I love people in general. I don't look at the color of a person's skin. I look at the heart and the character. And that's what I base my decisions on. Absolutely nothing else. Well, you can't help but turn on the television and see another shooting, another life lost, the protesting. I am a peaceful protester. I agree with a peaceful protest. I'm not one. While I understood Baltimore, I understood them protesting. I didn't agree with the looting and the rioting that took place. But I think you can accomplish more in a peaceful manner than you can by destroying other businesses and things. Anyway, the Black Lives Matter movement. In the beginning, when I first started really noticing it with Michael Brown, I would catch myself if I saw a blurb online or read something in the news or even heard it on television. I would say to myself, all lives matter. Everybody's life matters. And then one day I just had a revelation and I realized my brothers and sisters standing and saying Black Lives Matter, they're not saying that their life matters above a white person's life, a Hispanic person, an Asian person, anything. They're just saying treat them like they're human. Treat them the way you treat other races. That's all they're asking, is for the equality, to be treated equal with the same respect, the same courtesy. And they deserve that as much as the next person. And it took a while for me to actually see the perspective of it. And I sat there and I think, I see a lot of white people posting, and if I lose a few of my friends, so be it. I understand. It's just my opinion, and everybody is allowed to voice their opinion. I'm just hoping that my video will shed some light to someone that maybe they'll have that epiphany and they'll realize, wait, it isn't that Black Lives Matter is racist, as many of us are saying out here. It isn't that Black Lives Matter is saying, oh, a black life is more valuable than a white life or a Hispanic life. Black Lives Matter is saying we are human. Start treating us like human beings and not like dogs in the street. Start treating us with respect and courtesy, the same way you treat other people, no matter what their race. White, Hispanic, Asian, start showing the same courtesy and respect. That's all they're asking. We talk about history, something that is taught in school, that's mandated, and yet we throw a fit. And when I say we, I'm talking about the white race because I'm Caucasian. I personally don't have a problem with it, but I do know of others that have. Black History Month, slavery being taught. It's touched upon, but it's not really delved into. And it's because for the white teachers, it's an uncomfortable topic if your classroom is predominantly black. you get that uncomfortable feeling. But if you have empathy in today's world for what transpired in the past that we have no control over, and I do not feel that anyone is holding me accountable for slavery in today's generation. I believe what someone would want from me is empathy for what their ancestors had to endure at the hands of my ancestors. I owe them that respect. I owe them that apology. I couldn't tell you who's in my ancestral line. I've often wanted to do the tree, the family tree, but I've never done it. But I'm sorry. I never believed in slavery. I've never believed in treating one person better than another. I don't believe in entitlement. I guess I'm just a different cookie. I don't know. But I just believe that we should treat one another with love and respect. God loves us with an agape love, an unconditional love. And no matter how hard we strive, we'll never, ever be able to love the way that God loves us. Because we're human and we're conditional. Everything's got a condition on it. Do this for me and I'll do this on one condition. I love unconditionally to the best that I can. I don't believe that the skin color makes us who we are. I believe the heart and the character make us who we are. And while I can't erase history in the past, I don't believe telling the black people of today, oh, slavery is done and over with, get over it and move on, because that's slapping them in the face to their family lineage. If someone were to tell my mother, who is German born and raised, who grew up in the era of Hitler, who saw atrocities happen, who lived through bombed buildings and things, if somebody were to tell her, oh, hey, forget your life in Germany, you're in America now, God rest her soul, that would be a slap in her face. Nobody deserves that. You sit and you think about family heirlooms, for instance, say a mother's ring, and it gets passed down to the daughter, and it is passed down from one generation to the other. When that ring gets passed down, or that brooch or heirloom, whatever it is, it doesn't get passed down just as the item itself. Oh, here, this was in the family for years and years, keep it, pass it to your daughter or to your son or however. It comes with a story from one generation to the next generation. That story is the history behind the heirloom. And we pass it generation to generation because we don't want it forgotten. The same goes for the slavery. That was ancestors, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents. That story needs to unfold for people to know the identity of who they are. And for people to have a problem with that, I say it's your problem. It's because there's an issue within you that you need to deal with. But rightfully so, that story should come down. The children of today's generation should know the struggle that the black person endured. And not just the black child, the white, come over here and sit down, come here. The white child should know as well, because the white family, as they pass down history to their children, they need to say, this is how this was back then, but this isn't how we do things today. This isn't how I want you treating people. This isn't how I want you to think the world is today. But if we continue to have a superior attitude over others, regardless, whether it's over race, whether it's over jobs, it doesn't matter. We need to come off of the ethnocentric attitude that we are superior. We're not. We're human. We are equal to our brothers and our sisters. We are not superior, nor are we inferior. And we need to understand that. If we can just look at one another with love, maybe we could get along better. Maybe the world will be a better place. So for those of you that fear the Black Lives Movement, that feel that it's racist, I'm telling you, it's not. All our black brothers and sisters are asking is to not be treated like animals. Just to treat them the way we want to be treated. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. People are people. Skin color doesn't make a person. It's the heart, the character that makes the person. I hope this sheds a little light. I hope that maybe someone will realize that all you need to be is a little empathetic, a little bit more understanding. Let's come together. Let's unite and make our world a better place again. Because I tell you, we are going to hell in a handbasket. Nowhere seems safe. More killings today. 2 bailiffs in a courtroom in Michigan, I think it was. The inmate grabs a gun and kills 2. We've got to stop. We've got to stop. I love you all. I pray for everyone. I pray one day to wake up and the world to be a better place. Good night.